Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor are days away from the time where they will cross the divide. The junior welterweight championship is on the line. This is Top Rank. Y'all better pay homage. Live from Madison Square Garden. We all know Teofimo Lopez repping New York City. We all know what's going on with Josh Taylor. It's just from the UK. It's going to be electrifying. You know, I'm expecting... I believe this fight is going to be much more underrated than people are letting on. I think people have written off Teofimo Lopez and a lot of different things. But I'm here to tell you that George Kambosos, we all know George Kambosos Jr., listen, he deserves respect as well. He fought Teofimo Lopez and defeated him, his first loss. You know, George Kambosos Jr., 20 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 10 wins by the way of knockout. Ferocious Kambosos Jr., ladies and gentlemen, has came out and has said who he has for this upcoming clash. And, of course, you know, if you've been living under a rock, I mean, you know there's no love lost between Teo and George Kambosos and things of that nature. But he did say that he's taking, you know, Josh Taylor in this fight, you know, and he gave numerous reasons why. We're going to get all into the reports. George Kambosos Jr. says he's picking Josh Taylor to defeat Teofimo Lopez this Saturday night. The former unified lightweight champion Kambosos, who holds a victory over Teofimo Lopez, feels that Taylor is the more proven fighter of the two. And I want to get in the comment section as well. What's your thoughts on that? Do y'all feel like he's the more proven fighter, and does that mean anything? You know, does that mean that Teofimo Lopez is in over his head? You know, I want to make the assumption that I believe in Teofimo Lopez. I'm going to keep it all the way 100. You know, I like Teofimo Lopez, even though I just think he got to just fine-tune some things, you know, but I think he's done that, and I think he's coming in with a mindset. I've seen a lot of different times with Teo after the fight with Kambosos. We seen the bravado, you know, what he did with Sandor Martin and, you know, with Compa and things of that nature, and people, you know, was questioning those situations and the decisions on those. You know, obviously the Sandor Martin, pardon me, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Not George Kambosos, Teofimo Lopez has an unbelievable opportunity to put all of that behind him. You know, like I said, Kambosos was the one to knock his swagger off. We got to just we just got to put that up. We got to point it out. We got to pay homage. George Kambosos stole and snatched the rug from under Teofimo Lopez. I mean, we got to keep it 100 or not at all, you know. But it seems like, give Teo credit, man. You know, he's continuing to prove that he can still be that guy. He is that guy. You know, this is his division. This is his era, in his opinion. You know, he's still proving that despite that loss. You know, he took the loss and he came back like a champion. Even in the fight with Kambosos, he put everything on the line, you know, and we write these guys off. Teofimo Lopez has the chance to change boxing forever, believe it or not. Because in this era where people don't want to lose, people don't want to do that, Teofimo Lopez put it all on the line, you know, and he's willing to do it again. You know, he's not afraid of a loss. You understand? He'll go in with anybody, you know, and that's why we got to give this guy immense respect. What will his father's game plan get into? We're going to get into that. Get in the comment section as well. What do y'all see from Teofimo Lopez Sr.? How do you expect him, you know, to come out coaching against Josh Taylor? You know, I know they're going to have an amazing game plan, but we can't act like, you know, Josh Taylor is some walk in the park. We're going to get all into it. I want to continue some of this article from what George Kambosos was saying. Kambosos notes that a lot of people are judging the former undisputed champion Taylor by his last fight against Jack Cataro last year in February, rather than looking at the impressive wins he's racked up in the past against Jose Ramirez and Regis and Ivan. What I will say is, like I said, a lot of people say, oh, Taylor did win, but hey, there's some questions in that. You know, so we're going to get all the questions answered this Saturday. And make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports because we're going to be delivering all the answers. Taylor is the natural 140-pounder, having fought his entire career in the division. Unlike Teofimo, who moved up in weight from 135 last year. Moreover, Teofimo looked lost in his last fight, struggling against the Spaniard Sandor Martin last December at Madison Square Garden, and overheard by ESPN questioning himself afterwards, saying, "Do I still got it?" Judging by Teofimo Lopez's performance against Martin, Pedro Campa, and Kambosos, you would have to say no. But then again, he might not have ever had it to begin with, pardon me. The only solid win on Teofimo's career's resume is against Lomachenko. A lot of people feel like that. You know, that's the rumors. I don't believe that, but I mean, like I said, the last two fights I gotta keep 100 was a little questionable, you know, in terms of what happened. But this is quote for quote what he said. George Kambosos, he says, a very good fight at the moment. You got to give the edge to Josh Taylor. He's the natural bigger fighter at 140 pounds. And he's proven himself, said George Kambosos. He did this on this Saturday clash between the WBO lightweight champion Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez. I think he's very underrated, and for what he's done in the Qatar fight, it was a close fight. Maybe it should have gone to Qatar or whatever, but people forget. You know, we all know that in this era where you know, wins getting just all, man, we ain't gonna get into it, man. And the robberies and everything with the wins, yeah, it's crazy. In boxing, people have short memories. What about all the other guys Taylor beat? He beat Jose Ramirez. We all know the people he beat. All of the guys that he beat leading up to this, they're all massive names, but people only remember your last fight. We all know that. They remember your fight where things didn't go the best. He's Josh Taylor, definitely a big thing in this fight, but Lopez as well. You know, I want to look at some, like I said, I'm continuing this article that was put out, you know, involving, you know, Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor, and the crew, you know. So it's crazy what Kambosos is saying. Who knows what the hell we're going to see from Kambosos? You know, he running his mouth. We haven't seen him since he lost, you know, back to Devin Haney. So, but give him props too, because he fought him twice. So now, at a minute, Kambosos, you know, sooner or later, you know, he's going to have to slow things down as well, because, in my opinion, he just need to slow it down, man. George Kambosos, he just all over the goddamn place, in my humble opinion. But it is what it is at the end of the day. What will he look like? You know, that's a good question. I'm looking at George Kambosos is looking like he's got a fight against a guy by the name of Maxie Hughes, if I'm not mistaken. He's 26-5. He's from the UK. We're going to get all into it. We're going to be documenting that as I'm looking into what Kambosos got ahead of him. And it's for the IBO World Lightweight Champion. We're going to get all into it, man. Hit the like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. It's Flight Sports.